ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणम् परमानन्दमाधवम् श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्. So we are doing our second chapter of this beautiful book, and this chapter is continuation from the first, in a way that the first chapter tells us that we are not the body, we are the soul, we are the servant of Krishna, and we are not belonging to this material world at all. We belong to the spiritual world as the spirit soul, and we have to transfer there. And second chapter is now about this transfer, how to transfer. So there are different yogis practicing different methods for this transfer, and within that spiritual world, which is so vast, having so many planets, all these yogis have different destinations they have chosen for themselves. So yesterday we saw that first of all, the yoga means link up. So they want to link with the transcendental world. They want to transfer there. So that is why these all are called yogis. They are going to link up. And what the Hatha Yogi, that is one who practices full sense control with by various asanas. What he does, we read that one by one. All the yogis are being discussed now in these paragraphs. So Prabhupada said that these people, they are having their destination mostly as Brahman, the light of the Lord, the effulgence of the Lord. And they chant Omkara. They practice celibacy. And they detach from all sensual engagements. They just stop all the sensual activities. And then at the time of leaving the body, what they do, they fix their mind on the heart and the life air on the top of the head. That way they reach which place? They reach Brahman, the light effulgence coming from the Lord. Okay. And then there is one more addition to this Hatha Yogi. If at all this Hatha Yogi also have this knowledge of dhyana, just not only just stopping all the sense engagements, but engaging one of the senses, that is mind, in remembering the Lord. And which form of the Lord? The Paramatma form of the Lord. The Paramatma form, which is Vishnumurti form, four-handed form. If he remembers that at the time of his leaving the body, he also has his life air at the top of the head, and his mind is fixed within the heart, remembering the Paramatma, the Lord in the heart, Vishnumurti form. Then he will also attain the perfection of yoga. And he will reach what? He will reach the spiritual planets, because he's remembering the form of the Lord, that form wherever it is in the Vaikuntha planets, and there each planet has the Vishnu form as its superior, the supreme most. So that form he will attain. He will serve. He will get to serve that form. And then we'll continue about the next type of yogi. The generally accepted method. From here, can anyone read?
Yes, Mother. The generally accepted method for transferal to higher planets is the practice of the meditational yoga system or Gnana system. The Bhakti yoga system, however, is not to be practiced for transferal to any material planet for those who are servants of Krishna, the Supreme Lord. are not interested in any planets in this material world, because they know that on whatever planet one enters in the material sky, the four principles of birth, old age, disease, and death are present. On higher planets, the duration of life may be longer than on this earth, but death is there nonetheless. By material universe, we refer to those planets where both old age, disease, and death reside. And by spiritual universe, we refer to those planets where there is no birth, old age, disease, and death. Those who are intelligent do not try to elevate themselves to any planet within the material universe.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
So yesterday we saw how these yogis are very much knowing everything from the Vedas. Like how a person who wants to go to America, he will read books about that place and have all the knowledge about that place. And then he chooses in America which place I will go, for which particular state I will apply my visa. Everything he will be very knowing that all the information. Similarly, these yogis also, they also know everything. Where is material world? Where is spiritual world? And in the material world, what are the facilities in different uh, 14 planetary systems are there in the material world. So in each planetary system, what are the facilities available? How I can enjoy? And beyond this material world, there is spiritual world. In spiritual world, there are many planets. So where I can go? All this information they have very clearly. Especially who has that? Here Prabhupada says Jnana yogis. Jnana means knowledge, information. They have all the information about all the places of this material universe also and the spiritual universe also. But sometimes what happens is the Jnana yogis, they get attracted to uh, the planetary systems available in this material universe only. Like how here we get attracted to some places, some foreign countries. We say that these are like heaven only. They're very good, very clean, very opulent, luxurious life is possible there, and there is good climate. All these things we get attracted to. And similarly, when all this knowledge, when one is reading about different places, they get attracted to different places. So when jnana system, that is acquiring knowledge, when they start acquiring knowledge about all these places in the 14 planetary systems, they get attracted to certain planets in the material world only. Like the heavenly planetary systems are there. And also there are Bhauma Swargas, there are Bilva Swargas, not only the higher Swargas, but there are heavenly kind of facilities available on this planet, in this planetary system also, in Bhuloka also. Not only just our what we see as the spherical Bhuloka, but there is a Bhumandala. On that also, there are many other dweepas. We are now in Jambu Dweepa, right? There are many other dweepas, and they are more opulent than Jambu Dweepa. So they are called Bhusvargas, and there are Bilvasvargas. Below us also there are places where the Maya Danava kind of architects, they prepare very opulent constructions, and life is very luxurious compared to what we see here. Even, of course, we have some knowledge about the Swarga, higher planets, no? The the ones above us. We have heard about that they are very um, beautiful, and there is only enjoyment there. There is no rules and regulations, or there is no uh, fear of papa. You can enjoy like you want. All these things we read about the higher Swargas. So Jnana yogis, they read much more, and they have more details about each planetary system within the material universe. And there is this danger of getting attracted to or compromising in to stay in this material universe only. Because they are getting attracted to these places while having so many studies about so many places. So, but Prabhupada here says, but Bhakti Yoga system. Hmm, Bhakti Yoga system is not practiced for transferal to any material planet. Bhakti Yogi will not compromise. He will not say that, okay, in this jail, that particular room is very clean and neat. And in that room, there is a TV also. And there is good mattress available in this particular room. Let me choose these rooms. Having information about different rooms in the jail, if the prisoner thinks that, let me settle down in this jail only in that particular nice room, he's not very intelligent. What he should think that I will not compromise. If asked about where I want to go, I will say I will want to go out of the jail. Simple. That is the most intelligent answer. If everyone tells him that, okay, I'm giving you all the information about all the rooms in the jail, now you pick your room, or you can choose wherever you want to go, what he will say, I want to go out of the jail. That is a Bhakti Yoga system. Bhakti Yogi also has all the information about all the places of this material universe and the spiritual universe, but he will only choose the place in the spiritual universe where he can serve his Lord face to face. That is what is his aspiration. Or wherever he is, even more advanced Bhakti Yogis, what they pray, that even if I'm in the material universe, let me always be in the service of the Lord, preach about his glories, or just serve his devotees. Let me be the dog at the devotee's house. That is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's prayer. If I have to take birth again, no problem. But I have to be a dog at the doorstep of a devotee, so that I can get your prasadam every day, my Lord. I can hear to your glories. They always chant your glories. They have their arati going on. They sing your glories. They chant your glories. They preach your glories. I will get to hear all that. That is what the very advanced devotees, they don't even want the enjoyment of spiritual world. They just want service in some or the other form. That is a bhakti yogi. And they derive utmost happiness in that, because they're not interested in any other thing but interested only in the pleasure of the Lord. And also they are intelligent, because they know that wherever we go in the material sky, four principles of birth, old age, disease, and death are present. This is temporary place. Material universe is temporary. Even if it is a Swarga or Brahma, even up till Brahma Loka. In Brahma Loka, maybe um, disease is not there, old age is not there, but still there is it. The Brahma also has his own lifespan, right? It is very very long time, but he has his own lifespan also. So a bhakti yogi knows it. Maybe I'm getting all the information about all the material planets. I'm getting all the information about spiritual planets. Material planets also somewhere they are attractive, but they are temporary. So why should I compromise? So spiritual life, spiritual universe, it is called as Vaikuntha, no? Kuntha means misery. Vai means without any misery. So there is no birth, there is no old age, there is no disease, and there is no death. So all these comes under miseries. And in spiritual world, it is not there. So the name of the spiritual place, planets, that itself reflects that. There is that it's Vaikuntha. And other than that, here there is Kuntha, whichever place you go. In the first chapter, when we were reading, we were discussing about the higher planets, and I had mentioned this, that those who are given chance to enter the higher planets, the Swargaloka, based on their punya karyas, uh, they have some credit like bank balance. We have got a lot of bank balance. What we can do, we can book a 5-star hotel for some time with that money and stay there, but only the that much, only that money whichever is available, with that how much ever we can pay, only those many days we can reside there. Similarly, with the Punya bank account, how much ever we can afford, that many days we can stay in the so-called heavenly planets 5-star hotel. So in the Swarga, what happens when we go there? When a person he's given his pious credits. See this much of pious activity I have, and I can stay now here for how many days? They will give you one garland. one beautiful flower garland, fresh flower garland they will give. And they will say that, okay, according to your punya, this flower garland will remain fresh till that time. And once a punya kshaya will happen, the credit will expire. But then what will happen? This garland will, the flowers will start to wither. They'll become dried up. And then you will go back to Bhauma, this Bhumandala. So from the first day only there is anxiety. They will just keep looking at their garland, which is it getting withered or dried up? What kind of enjoyment is that? Okay, for some time you may see good places, good dances, good food, and forget about this garland. But that is there in your head, hanging all the time, like maybe it is almost, it is like a noose, a rope of how people sometimes commit suicide. No, the rope, how it will be on the neck. Anytime it can cut uh, that neck. Similarly, that garland also, anytime it can get dried up once the pious credits are expired, and he can just fall down again into the Bhauma sphere, the Bhauma mandala. So, one more thing they say that how they fall, what species they will go into, everything will depend on many other factors. It is clearly defined, I mean, described in uh, fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when the description of all the planets comes in that fifth canto, all the planetary systems, cosmology, that is Vedic cosmology, that is discussed in some 10 chapters. All these 10 chapters describe this only. This one paragraph here is actually a small, very small, uh, brief summary of those 10 chapters of fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So one by one, when we read all the books, we reach Bhagavatam also. There, the more descriptions are there. How the soul from higher planets, heavenly planets, he fall down to again Bhuloka, and again he has to earn more pious credits to again go back there. So it is not an intelligent proposal to just earn some pious credits, go upside, or earn some, maybe sometimes sinful activities he will commit unknowingly, and will go down to the hellish planets, going up and down in a ladder, reaching nowhere. Better think of how the bhakti yogi thinks. I don't want any temporary happiness. I want a permanent solution. Let me just get out of this jail. Okay. Now, whatever I have explained will be there in the coming uh, paragraphs also. So that's why I've given so much time for this paragraph. Okay. Continue, Mataji. Next paragraph.
Mataji, one doubt, Mataji.
Yes, Nandini Mataji.
That yogis also read these scriptures, right, Mataji, Bhagavatam, these Vedas and all. Why don't they get that desire? I want to go to the Bhakti Yoga like
Ah,
that.
yeah,
It's
mostly Jnana yogis, most of them end up as bhakti yogis only. Because that information that they get, maybe for some time they will have attraction for the material planets, but more and more they practice, they will get frustrated, like going up and down. They will also think like start becoming bhakti yogi. So there is, actually speaking, there is no earmarked distinction, like this is jnana yogi, this is dhyana yogi, and this is ashtanga yogi. Every yoga system has got some support from bhakti yoga. They will take some support of bhakti yoga, and slowly they will become bhakti yogis only. So yeah, this is you can say intermediary stages only of bhakti yoga, becoming a gyan yogi. It's not someone different, but he is in the process of becoming a bhakti yogi. So during that process, sometimes even after coming to Krishna consciousness, like how we are practicing bhakti yoga, but when we associate with such persons or read such books where there is so much of enjoyment written about other places, we also sometimes may get this desire of let me also try this life in America. Like that jnana system is like that. But if he reads more of Bhagavatam, as you said, you know like how last chapter we discussed about chapter 1, there are one shloka about Krishna telling Arjuna to Traigunya Vishayan Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. The Vedas have so much of knowledge about everything, but Arjuna, you have to now transcend the three modes. You know, the Vedas will give knowledge about those for those people who are so much into Rajoguna. For them, if they search about what how he has to go to the higher planets, there is a lot of yagyas, tapas, and danas given. The route is given for that also. But Krishna says, just give up that. Give up all these three kinds of gunas and those desires. Nisray gunya, transcend those, raise yourself from all these, and only look for those topics in Vedas which will make you come near to me. That is, these are all hidden topics, and hidden topics in so many Upanishads, Puranas, and other Vedas are now taken and very nicely compiled in only one or two places easily for our access. That is Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and that especially for the Kali Yuga people. But still, if someone wants to, no, I will learn. I will only go through everything and then pick up these few jewels hidden here and there. Then, while reading everything, he may get diverted also. He may get here and there, attracted here and there also. Yeah, that is a risk of following Jnana system. Bhakti system is surrendering to Guru and Shastras, specifically these Bhakti Maya Shastras, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and following in the footsteps of how to follow these Shastras in the direction of a Guru. So that is why not only the textbooks are needed, but a teacher is also needed. And also we need seniors, that is sadhu. So a child, when he starts reading, if there is full library in front of him, he may get confused, like which book to pick up and what he is going to learn from it. No one knows. So better he is given a syllabus with a proper guru, and then he will also inquire from his teachers and seniors, and then he will slowly understand that particular textbook and write exam. All that, that is a proper method, proper channel. That is Bhakti Yoga system. You have the particular syllabus given by the guru. Don't get confused from all those books. I will give you what to read, and he will explain those. And he will see the seniors also, the sadhus, how they are progressing. In front of him, there are examples. Okay, if I read and follow this, my guru, my teacher, I will become like my seniors, because they have also done this in front of me and before me, and they are now progressing nicely. So with this, all this help, he will progress nicely. Did it clarify little, Mataji?
Yes, Madhu, thank you so much. And why Krishna don't help them, Mataji, to reach easily to that higher
Gyan
planets?
yogis? You mean to say Gyan
Yeah.
yogis? Yeah, Krishna
Yes.
will help everyone according to their desires. Everyone has, if someone is desiring not to serve Krishna and enjoy separately, he will not force. Of course, he will teach, but he will not force. Krishna will, as you said, Krishna will help from within as Paramatma. Once, twice, thrice, he will say, no, this is not correct, this is correct, go to this path. But still, if the Jiva is adamant that I want to go and I want to explore other planets also, then Krishna will give him the free will, grant him the free will, and make him learn the lesson through experience. It's not that Krishna will just leave him, but he will give him an experience where he will learn that I have made a very foolish choice of coming here, and rather I should make a better choice. So this is what is a journey. This is what is a journey of self-realization. Krishna will guide as Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru means from within the heart. Once, twice, and usually also here also we see not only Jnana yogis, but he will guide even a criminal also. Every criminal, he did not become a criminal with his first crime, no. I mean, so gradually he committed many crimes, but initially when he uh, started to make any wrong choice, there is a voice from within that this is wrong. He knows it is wrong. Who is giving that information that this is wrong? But he chooses to do it. He will make that voice feeble for it to himself. He'll say, I will not listen to this voice. It is not wrong. I better listen to those people who are encouraging me to do wrong. So that way, when people do not listen to the Paramatma speaking inside, that voice becomes low and low and low. And then Krishna will say, now you are handed to the law of nature. That is this law of nature, how it is running here by his external energy, Maya. So he's handed over to that law, the police. They will take care of him. That is how his Maya will make him suffer. Maybe initially he's thinking that, okay, no one is going to catch me. But there is a time when he has to suffer his karmic reactions. Then again, if he turns back again to Krishna, then Krishna will guide him to. That is what is surrender, no? That is what Krishna is asking for in Bhagavad Gita. Just surrender unto me and Ma Sucha, do not fear. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayasyami. I will free you from all sinful reactions. Whatever you have committed, over it is all over. Now start fresh. I am here to help you. Krishna will help in every stage, but the help comes in very different forms. Sometimes like correction, sometimes like, okay, you go and learn from your own experience. So every time he is having a watch on us. It is not that he's left us, but his help is coming in very, very different forms, like how every mother corrects his child, but in different ways. Sometimes beats, sometimes doesn't talk, sometimes pretends as if she has left him, so that the child learns and comes back to the mother. Okay, yes, mother, I learned from my experience that what I was doing was wrong. What you are saying is right. But all this while, mother has not left him emotionally. Yeah, the connection is still maintained. That is how Krishna, he's not left us right here listening what I'm speaking to you right now, what you are listening, everything in our hearts, he's there. He knows everything. He did not leave us or he's not helping us. It's not like that. He's helping us in the best way possible that we can understand. According to the stage of the jiva, according to the stage or journey of the jiva, which place he has reached in that journey, according to that, Krishna will give dose. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Okay. Next paragraph, who is going to read?
I will read, Mataji.
Yeah.
If one tries to enter higher planets by mechanical means, instant death is occurred. For the body cannot stand the radical changes in atmosphere. But if one attempts to go to the higher planets by means of the yoga system, he will acquire a suitable body for entrance. We can see this demonstrated on this earth, for we know it is not possible for us to live in the sea. In a variety atmosphere, nor it is possible for aquatics to live on the earth, as we understand that even on this planet one has to have a particular type of body to live in a particular place. So a particular type of body is required for other planets. On the higher planets, bodies live much longer than on earth. For 6 months on earth is equal to 1 day on the higher planets. Thus the Vedas describe that those who live on higher planets live up to 10,000 earth years. Yet, despite such a long lifespan, death awaits everyone. Even if one lives 20,000 or 50,000 or even millions of years in the material world, the years are all counted and death is there. How can we escape this subjugation by death? That is the lesson of Bhagavad Gita. Na jayate maitre mitre
Mriyate.
mrite न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भाविता वा न भूया अजो नित्या शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यामने शरीरे. Can I stop here, Mata?
Read the translation of the shloka also, then you can stop, Mataji.
Okay, ma'am. For the soul, there is never birth nor death, nor once having been does he ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, undying, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Bhagavad Gita 2.20.
20. Thank you, Mataji. So, in this chapter, in this paragraph, we have seen what we have discussed in the previous paragraph, that birth, old age, disease, death is there wherever you go in the material world. Especially, death is there even in higher planets. So, why would I compromise to go to higher planets? I don't want this death. And if anyone tries that, even to go to higher planets by some mechanical means, those that atmosphere is very different. Like how a fish cannot stay on Earth. Like this body is not made for higher planets. That atmosphere is very, very different. That's why we see that all those who try to space travel, they have different suits and different oxygen systems. So much the body they have to prepare for to even wear those suits. So much is there, so much struggle is there, but even that will not guarantee that they can go in any other planet and live there forever. uh, that has to be happening through this means of, at least to even go to the higher planets also, whatever in the Vedas it is described, no, how to go to higher planets, that they have to do. Otherwise it is not possible. But still, why should we go to higher planets? With that kind of effort, if we put to go just to go to some higher planet, there also the lifespan is very much, but the death is awaiting everyone there also. Maybe the lifespan is great, but the death is awaiting. Even if one lives 20,000 or 50,000 or even millions of years in the material world, the years are all counted. There is a count and there is death. But what is about the spirit soul? The spirit soul is ever existing. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. It will not slain when the body is slain. So the soul, from the first chapter we are saying we are not the body, we are the soul. The soul is not satisfied by going to higher planet, because it has to give up that particular body and again take up another body. Unless it goes to the spiritual world where the body is also eternal. The soul wants that compatibility it wants. It is looking for that. Right now it is not having the compatibility. The soul is na jayate mrete va kadachin. It has got no birth nor death. But it is put in a place where there is death in this body. The compatibility is not there. That is why it is so morose. It's not happy. Looking for happiness, but in a temporary body, depending on these temporary senses, it cannot get happiness. It wants eternity, it is not happening. It wants full knowledge, but here it is only limited according to what the body can grasp. So he doesn't want that. Now we'll see. The same thing Prabhupada will say in the coming uh, paragraph. Let me read this. We are spirit soul, and as such we are eternal. Why then should we subject ourselves to birth and death? One who asks this question is to be considered intelligent. Those who are Krishna conscious are very intelligent because they are not interested in gaining entrance to any planet where there is death. They will reject a long duration of life in order to attain bodies like gods. They don't even want demigod bodies, no? Demigods also have got long duration, but there is an end to that. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, and Ananda means full of pleasure. Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. If we transfer ourselves from this body into the spiritual world, either to Krishna Loka, Krishna's planet, or any other spiritual planet, we will receive a similar Satchidananda body. Thus, the aim of those who are in Krishna consciousness is different from those who are trying to promote themselves to higher planets within this material world. So, in short, what we want Satchidananda body. Then only the compatibility will be there. Full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. Shashwata. Then only this soul will have a compatible place to live and serve the Supreme Lord. And then it is very pleasurable situation for both the soul and the super soul, Krishna. And it is possible only in Krishna Loka or any other spiritual planet. So we will not compromise for any long duration of life anywhere in this material world. That's not what we want. This is the highest goal. So we may not be able to tell these goals, whenever anyone asks outside, what is your goal? We may not be able to say that I want a Satchidananda body, that is my goal. We may not be able to say that, but at least inwardly we should be very much convinced and wanting this to happen in one lifetime, not take repeated births and suffer and be away from Krishna. We want to be with Krishna. Krishna is a full Satchidananda Vigraha. That is like an ocean of Sat, Chit and Ananda. We want to be drop of Krishna. We are the drop of Krishna. The soul is Krishna's part and parcel. Then why not have that body also? Right? Any doubts? Okay, question for today. What are the 4 problems that material world gives? 4 kinds of problems wherever we go in the material world.
Birth, old age, disease, and death, Mataji.
Yes, birth, old age, and disease and death. And specifically, one may say that in higher planets there is no old age and disease, but there is death. There is a time from where we have to come back to again the lower planets. So there is only a specific time you can stay in the higher planets. After that, there is death also there. There are the 4. And how many months of this earth equal to 1 day of the higher planet of Swargaloka? How many months?
Mataji. 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
6
Here 6 months means there in the Swargaloka it is equal to 1 day. So there's a long life in higher planets, but still there is death. So someone, when they read from Vedas, know that here 1 day, 6 months, there it is only 1 day. So so much long life, I can enjoy so much. If they read only this part, no, they will get attracted to higher planets. But they have to read the other part also, that how the life is